Under a sky blanketed by twilight, a solitary figure carried the weight of an inheritance that defied time. Maya, an introspective soul with a delicate heart, had recently received an antique wooden box from her estranged grandmother. This mysterious relic, adorned with time-worn carvings and subtle hints of forgotten craftsmanship, bore the stark instruction, "Don't open the box at midnight." Its inscription, etched in fading gold letters, resonated with both caution and alert, binding Maya to a legacy steeped in enigma. As day surrendered its brightness to the gentle pull of dusk, Maya contemplated the origins of the box and the secrets it might hold. The gentle creaks of the old floorboards echoed the whispers of a family history filled with unspoken pain and cherished memories. Every groove and imperfection on the box seemed to murmur stories of generations past. Stories of love, loss, and the delicate balance of truth and legend. In the soft haze of early evening light, Maya recalled tender recollections of her childhood, moments spent in a room filled with the scent of old paper and herbal remedies that her grandmother once prepared. That room had been a sanctuary where stories intermingled with the aroma of dried blossoms and ancient lore. Now, with the box resting quietly on a weathered desk, its smooth surface showing signs of age yet resilience, Maya felt both an overwhelming sense of responsibility and an unyielding curiosity. The vestige of her grandmother's absence was palpable. Even in her estrangement, the old woman's presence lingered in every dusty corner of the home. Each measured step towards understanding the box's significance was imbued with the echo of memories that defied oblivion. Under the soft gleam of the lamp, Maya's fingers brushed lightly over the delicate carvings, almost as if seeking to decipher messages embedded within the wood grains. With each touch, the box whispered silent warnings and promises of buried truths. Its status as a family heirloom was both a blessing and a burden. A relic that encapsulated the bittersweet journey of grief, the incendiary spark of forbidden curiosity, and a secret that might redefine everything known about her lineage. Facing the gathering dusk with quiet resolve and trembling anticipation, Maya prepared herself for the unfolding mystery that the ancient box seemed determined to unveil. Enveloped by a blend of reverence and trepidation, Maya stood before the box as if on the threshold of another world. The silence around her brimmed with unspoken promises and subtle forebodings that quietly invited her to uncover secrets arranged in time. Fate lingered mysteriously. Deep within the corridors of memory, the box began to reveal hints of stories long past. Its polished surface, haunted by the gentle passage of years, evoked in Maya an immediate connection to her ancestry. Every curve and scratch suggested that the object was a silent witness to moments of both triumph and sorrow. In the soft glow of twilight, she envisioned her grandmother meticulously carving intricate patterns into the wood, as if embedding pieces of her soul within each delicate swirl. Those visions intertwined with the bittersweet recollections of faded photographs and whispered tales passed through generations, inflaming her thoughts with both warmth and a sense of inevitable loss. History, laden with invisible scars and whispered legacies, converged within the refined grain of the box. A mosaic of forgotten laughter and weeping nights seemed to linger, as if time itself had pressed a pressing reminder of both joy and melancholy. Maya's inner world mingled with the lore of her heritage, where every family relic held an unspoken narrative. The antique wooden box was more than an object. It was a portal through which the past and present intermingled, a repository of dreams and disappointments. Each touch of its worn surface transported her to a realm where faded ink on yellowed letters recounted the echoes of voices from a bygone era, and where silent shadows danced under the flicker of candlelight. Memories of a long-ago summer, when the scent of wild jasmine merged with the laughter of childhood, surfaced unbidden. The tender recollections of evenings spent gathered around a small table listening to her grandmother's gentle hum, of stories woven in a language tangibly felt though long forgotten, wrapped around her like a comforting shawl. The box became an enigmatic bridge connecting her present solitude to an ancestral past teeming with life and layered with emotions unexpressed yet deeply felt. Each moment of reflection stirred within Maya a complex tapestry of emotions, as if the box itself was a relic pulsating with the heartbeat of familial love, sorrow, and the inexorable flow of memory. Embracing both the grief of separation and the fervor of discovery, Maya allowed the centuries-old relic to guide her through the labyrinth of her heritage. The box, with its silent testimony of bygone eras, stirred an insatiable longing to piece together the fragmented mosaic of her identity. Every mark and murmur from the past beckoned her further into a world where memory and mystery intertwined with timeless intensity. Her quest for truth grew, fueled by the silent echoes of ancestral timeless wisdom. As twilight deepened into a velvet night, the inevitable approach of midnight cast its solemn spell over Maya's quiet haven. The distant chime of an ancient clock echoed through the corridors of her home, each resonant toll magnifying the timeless warning inscribed upon the box. Shadows lengthened as the last vestiges of daylight ebbed away, creeping silently across time-worn floors and dust-laden shelves. Within Maya's contemplative mind, a storm of emotions brewed, a mix of trepidation, longing, and an inexorable pull towards the mystery that lay dormant within the polished wood. With rhythmic precision, each tick of the clock reminded her of the fragile boundary between caution and the allure of the unknown. The serenity of the moment was punctuated by an undercurrent of forewarning, as if the night itself conspired to rouse hidden memories. The atmosphere thickened with an almost tangible gravity, pulling Maya deeper into an introspection about the cost of breaking long-held traditions. Every heartbeat seemed to synchronize with the silent promise of revelations that lay in wait behind the crafted veneer of the antique box. The relentless passage of time intertwined with the legends of old, urging her to confront the inherited secret that danced at the edges of her consciousness. In that twilight interstice where reality met myth, Maya found herself suspended between two worlds, one governed by the decisive echoes of familial decrees and the other by the spontaneous stirrings of forbidden curiosity. The antique box, resting solemnly on the desk, stood as a silent sentinel to the mysteries of her lineage, its presence both daunting and hypnotic. Its meticulously carved design now appeared to pulse with an almost ethereal life, each intricate detail reflecting the complex history that had been handed down through generations. As the minutes melted into the nearing hour, an unspoken dialogue between destiny and desire unfolded within her heart. The clock's measured beats and the soft murmur of the night were in harmonious conflict, each urging Maya to choose between adhering to prudence or surrendering to the temptation of unveiling long-concealed truths. In that tenuous moment, the magnetic pull of curiosity became as overwhelming as the weight of inherited responsibility, leaving her on the cusp of a life-altering decision. In that quiet intermission of night, the tension became palpable. The relentless tick of time fused with her inner drive, creating an atmosphere where each second was laden with promise and danger. The universe seemed to whisper that destiny awaited her inevitable choice. Every moment resonated with the depth of secrets and the call of fate profoundly. In the quiet solitude of her study, Maya immersed herself in a sea of conflicting emotions as memories and uncertainties collided. Each thought that fluttered through her mind stirred poignant reflections on the sacrifices her ancestors made and the bittersweet legacy that now rested in her trembling hands. The ancient box, once a silent observer of family tales, now morphed into a symbol of unresolved grief and an ever-present reminder of choices taken in the shadowed corridors of time. The suppressed heartache of years past mingled with the fierce desire to uncover untold secrets, creating a turbulent inner landscape where love, pain, and regret intertwined seamlessly. The weight of what was bequeathed to her pressed heavily upon Maya, as if the box itself absorbed every tear shed by those who had dared to defy fate. With each careful glance at its weathered surface, she could sense layers of emotions embedded within the wood, echoing the sorrows and joys of generations. The mysterious inscription, commanding yet compassionate, resonated deeply with her inner struggle, forging a bridge between the duty she felt and the irresistible lure of hidden truth. Every quiet moment became an introspective journey, where the past whispered cautionary tales and the present beckoned with promises of revelation and redemption. Within the somber ambiance of flickering candlelight, Maya's mind conjured visions of long-forgotten family gatherings filled with laughter now replaced by melancholy. The evolving interplay between memory and mystery wove a tapestry of emotions that was both vulnerable and raw. Each tender recollection was tinged with a sense of loss, yet it simultaneously offered a hopeful glimpse into a future where understanding might mend the fractured pieces of her heritage. In the dim glow, the box stood as an emblem of both burden and blessing, a keeper of emotions too deep for words. Haunted by the silent cadence of ancestral sorrow, Maya navigated the labyrinth of her emotions with a resolve tempered by grief. In that private realm of heartache and longing, the past and future converged, and the siren call of the unknown gently nudged her toward a momentous crossroad, where the echoes of previous generations urged her to reconcile with the secrets held tightly within that enigmatic box. In the stillness that followed, Maya's inner voice whispered of resilience and transformation. The palpable tension slowly dissolved into a serene acceptance, as if the very act of facing her past empowered her to embrace an uncertain yet hopeful future. Each heartbeat reaffirmed her destiny, uniting her fractured spirit with the promise of rebirth and revelation. As the final hours before midnight unfurled with a deliberate slowness, every shadow and whisper in the house assumed a heightened significance. The corridor outside Maya's room became a stage for an unseen performance, where the interplay of lingering lamplight and creeping darkness painted vivid portraits of her innermost fears. The antique box, resting like an ancient relic at the center of her world, seemed to draw breath in sync with the silent countdown. Each tick of the clock reverberated as a solemn beat, amplifying the magnetic pull of curiosity while caution murmured in a gentle counterpoint. Within the dimly lit room, a delicate choreography of light and shadow played upon every surface. The walls, adorned with relics of a time steeped in both pride and sorrow, reflected memories of happier days transformed into bittersweet reminiscence. Maya's gaze, as penetrating as the distant stars above, shifted constantly between the time-worn box and the inexorable chime of the approaching hour. Every breath she took felt laden with both foreboding and an unspoken promise, the promise that the past, with all its secrets and heartaches, was ready to breathe new life into her present world. The atmosphere was thick with the gravity of irrevocable decisions, each moment stretching infinitely as if suspended in an embrace between fate and free will. Though the looming promise of midnight filled her with apprehension, it also ignited an incandescent yearning to unlock the mysteries bound within the ancient wood. The room pulsed with the rhythm of impending change, and every creak of the floor, every rustle of old paper in a forgotten book, became a harbinger of what might come. In that fragile interplay of hope and dread, Maya sensed that unraveling the truth would come at a personal cost, an offering demanded by both destiny and the enigmatic forces that had cradled her family for generations. As the hands of the clock inched closer to the destined hour, reality and memory collided in a surreal ballet, each moment imbued with an almost sacred intensity. Every tick and every talk resonated like a call from the depths of time, urging her to confront not only the mystery of the box but also the buried sorrows of her lineage, waiting patiently to be acknowledged. In the lingering calm before the final chime, every muscle in Maya's body itched with anticipation. The atmosphere shimmered with an inexplicable energy, as if the universe paused, holding its breath, awaiting her decisive act when midnight would finally seal the fate of secrets untold. Mystery pulsed with unyielding promise. As the midnight hour loomed with an almost divine inevitability, Maya found herself teetering on the precipice of irreversible change. The antique box, cloaked in the mystique of centuries and heavy with the legacy of her forebears, beckoned to her like a forbidden sentinel guarding sacred truths. Every heartbeat resonated with the dual promise of discovery and loss, and within that charged silence lay the weight of all decisions yet to be made. In a moment suspended between the realms of memory and destiny, her life's disparate threads converged upon this singular, fateful juncture. Beneath the watchful gaze of the moon, Maya stood in a quiet reverence that defied the clamor of her racing thoughts. The atmosphere was charged with an almost palpable energy, as if the elemental forces of nature conspired to illuminate the secrets that lay hidden inside the rustic wood. The box, its surface now glistening with an ethereal sheen, seemed to exude both a warning and an invitation, a call to embrace the unknown and, with it, the revelations of a storied past. The centuries of regret, love, and silent resilience echoed in the space around her, intertwining with the present moment to forge a bond that could not be easily severed. In the waning moments before the final stroke of midnight, the room grew heavy with expectation. Every detail, the soft hum of the wind outside, the subtle creak of the floorboards, even the distant rustle of leaves, melded into a symphony of impending destiny. Maya's inner struggle reached its zenith as the ancient instructions warped into a personal dialogue with time. The muted clamor of her heart and the ethereal chorus of memories melded into a single, unwavering urge to discover the truth that had haunted her for so long. As the decisive moment approached, the line between caution and compulsive yearning blurred into insignificance. The antique box, with all its cryptic whispers and ornamental scars, surrendered its mysteries to her gaze. In that transformative instant, Maya embraced her journey, a convergence of grief and hope, the past and the promise of tomorrow, acknowledging that some secrets, once unveiled, restore a fragmented soul and ignite the promise of a new beginning. In the profound stillness that enveloped the midnight hour, every fiber of Maya's being vibrated with the anticipation of revelation. The ancient box, no longer merely an object but a repository of ancestral woe and wonder, seemed to pulse with the secrets of innumerable lifetimes. As the final seconds approached, feelings of trepidation and resolve intertwined, creating a moment of sublime clarity where every past sorrow and every future hope converged. With unwavering determination, Maya accepted that the unveiling of these mysteries, no matter how daunting, was essential for the restoration of her fragmented identity and the rebirth of her spirit inevitably.